Abushimega Bidialas Yetichaskinas, what Amerigami Yatsel Nahatnira, Haigagani, Bari Luys. Bari Luys. In 7 days, we will be commemorating the 99th anniversary of the Armenian genocide. What have we done in the last 99 years? Same old things. In the last 50 years, we started demonstrating. We're still demonstrating. 50 years ago, a demonstration would have cost probably $5,000. Today, a demonstration will cost some $50,000. And for what? For our self-empowerment of Menkank bidilinenk yevter shadanank. Well, for that one, ask in Armenian. He will explain to you that we are, we will, and we will get, there will be more Armenians. Unfortunately, as the time is going by, the Armenian identity is losing its presence among the Armenians, and the adoptive cultures are being considered to be Armenian. So, Easter is coming. Oh, we have to celebrate Easter, a pagan tradition that is utilized by the Christian faith just to make you more stupid. No, let's not go there. We can't talk about those things. No. There's a God and He will punish each one of us. He hasn't punished all the bad people on the planet. They're still doing their bad things, and God cannot even punish them. Let's not go there either. So, could any of you guys, the younger generation, who has been participating in the last 15, 10, 5, 20, 30 years of the Armenian demonstrations in any city, in any place, have you guys noticed, have there been any changes in what you guys are doing? What was the productive end of a demonstration? It's the same thing. Buy a car, minchev verch, and people think that there is a minchev verch company that buys cars. It's so unfortunate. What are the alternatives? The planet is in its 21st century, but we are still in the 20th century because we announced to the world the first genocide of the 20th century was the Armenian genocide. That means we do acknowledge that there have been other genocides in the 20th century, yet ours is the first one. It's ironic that if the genocide happened in 1890s, like 1895 is the Hamidian massacres of the Armenians and such on, we would have announced it as the last genocide of the 19th century. So this fascination of numbers is what makes us more stupid and not concentrating on the issue itself. Now, is there any difference in announcing the Armenian genocide or the first genocide of the 21st century? Do you guys think that if we don't mention the first genocide, then the other genocides would have not even happened? It's happening all over the world. It's happening right now in Syria. But yet, that could be the first genocide of the 21st century, and we the first genocide of the 20th century, who found asylum in the Syrian Republic, and the Syrian desert was where Armenians were sent to. But 100 years later, Armenians are only interested in Armenians who are being killed because of the war. It's ironic, we call ourselves Christians, that we have to be open to all people and embrace them and be there to help them out. Yet, We expect the whole world to recognize the first genocide of the 20th century, yet we ourselves are not recognizing the first genocide of the 21st century. What? It's not genocide. No, only when you take away Armenians from the planet, it's called genocide, because Raphael Linkman called it genocide and such on. It's devastating to see how the Armenian mind today is so self-centered, yet no result. I mean, being selfish usually leads you into achievements. The Armenian selfishness reaches you to nowhere. You're just demonstrating. So, on April 24th, this coming week, not this week, next week, there'll be few demonstrations. And then, after the commercial break, I'll be talking about what will be the result of those demonstrations. Bari Luys.
Մերի Տեր-Բարսեղյանի իրավաբանական գրասենյակում աշխատող անձնակազմը մասնագիտացված է ժառանգության եւ անշարժ գույքի, ընտանեկան խնդիրների, ամուսնալուծության եւ այլ իրավաբանական հարցերում։ Մերի Տեր-Բարսեղյանի իրավաբանական գրասենյակի մասնագետները պատրաստ են սիրով եւ նվիրումով օգնել իրենց հաճախորդներին, ցուցաբերելով անհատական մոտեցում, կտակ, լիազորագրեր եւ այլ կարեւոր փաստաթղթեր կազմելիս, որպիսի հետագայում ժառանգությունը փոխանցվի հարազատներին առանց դատարանի միջամտության։ Դիմեք իրավաբանին նախապես եւ վստահ եղեք, որ ձեր իրավունքները լիովին կպաշտպանվեն։
Էնսինոյում գտնվող Terrace Restaurant and Lounge-ը միջին արևելյան ճաշարանների բազմությունից առանձնանում է լավագույն լիբանանյան խոհանոցով։ Ճաշարանի շքեղ բացօթյա սրահը անկրկնելի է բուրավետ հուկա վայելելու եւ միջին արևելյան ախորժալի խորտիկները ճաշակելու համար։ Ուրբաթ եւ շաբաթ կենթանի նվագախումբը, DJ-ն ու գեղեցկուհի պարուհիները ձեր ժամանցը կհամեմեն միջերկրական կրքոտ ռիթմերով։ Ճաշարանը բաց է շաբաթը 6 օր, ճաշին եւ ընթրիքին։ Անմահական ուտեստներ, անկրկնելի միջավայր։ Terrace Restaurant and Lounge.
Blue Eyes Optometry. Օգտվեք մեր հատուկ զեղչերից։ 2 հատ օպտիկական ակնոցների համար վճարեք ընդամենը $79.99 Ցանկացած արևային ակնոց գնեք արժեքից $100 զեղչով։ Ստուգեք ձեր տեսողությունը վճարելով ընդամենը $59։ Պատվիրեք ու ստացեք ձեր ակնոցները 1 ժամվա ընթացքում։ Blue Eyes. Լավագույն սպասարկում, պրոֆեսիոնալ անձնակազմ եւ մեծ ընտրանի։ Blue Eyes. Chrome Hearts ընկերության բացառիկ ներկայացուցիչ։ 818 507 6100
April 24th, 2014, there are a few demonstrations and then a hokeankist. Every year there is a hokeankist for the people who passed away 100 years ago. If the soul needs rest, and then usually we always call rest in peace. RIP, R-I-P, RIP, yeah. Rest in peace. So if you don't exist, then you are resting in peace. That's another stupidity that people do. Who are you saying rest in peace? 100 years ago they passed away, they don't even rest in peace because there is no peace wherever they are. Or there is. So we demonstrate without knowing why. Oh no, we do know why. It's Armenian Genocide Day. I challenge any of those 50,000, 10,000, 1,000 people who on April 24th throughout the world will be demonstrating, if they know one additional reason why they're demonstrating, except our ancestors were massacred. So what? The Native Americans were massacred, more than Armenians. Other races were massacred, but they came back and achieved something. So have we, Armenians. But will any of those demonstrators, from the Montebello to Hollywood to the West Side Turkish embassy, they'll be yelling and screaming about rights, Armenian rights. They'll be yelling and screaming about what happened 100 years ago. Has anything changed in our approach to what has happened? What is the knowledge that we have about what has happened? And what is the knowledge that we have about how we overcame all those things? As I have always said, people look for victorious people. People don't like victims. Victory is what is more important. Today we exist. Just the reason that you are chanting and yelling and screaming and holding on signs on April 24, that means that you existed and the genocide has failed. I'm not saying that genocide did not happen. It was a genocide, but it has failed. So the Armenian mentality today, it is looking at things from different angle than just it happened. Why don't we demonstrate and say your existence as a human being on the planet is based on some of or lots of the orphans who survived the Armenian genocide and their offsprings. Today you exist because this person's father was an orphan, left his land and came to the US. You will attack on their personal lives. It becomes part of them instead of just part of you, and you're the foreigner. How many times have you heard, go back to your lands? If you guys want justice, go back to your lands. Society is not that welcoming. We demand recognition. Hoopla! The U.S. Foreign Relations Subcommittee has accepted the Armenian Genocide Resolution. Hoopla! We are happy. Let's start a circle dance. Haygagan Shuchbar. And the irony is, nobody knows what is the meaning of the Armenian Shuchbar. It is the ring that will protect you from all bad things. It is the rams who are scattered, collected next to each other and creating that circle so that no foreign influence will come inside. Today, we do the Shuchbars, yet we are all influenced by all those major powers or the minor powers, politically or socially or culturally. But yet, we are doing the circle dance. Other nations have the circle dance too. So before you go on April 24th to demonstrate, do some research on to find out who you are. Because once you know who you are, you will stop demonstrating and you're going to start demanding. There's a big difference. Demonstrations are not to demand. To demand is actually doing work and moving forward. Since 1982 and up to like almost 10-15 years ago, for almost 25 years, I was part of the demonstrations in Los Angeles. Some I organized, some I participated, some I yelled and screamed. But what good did come out of it? Nothing. It was waste of time. Oh, collectively, of հայ ժողովուրդ քո միակ բրգությունու քո հավաքական ուժի մեջն է. The collective power of Armenians. So what? On April 24th, we're going to hear the most curse words towards the Armenians. God damn those Armenians. Go back to your homes. You're blocking my roadway to work. I need to go home. I'm already tired working 8 hours. You are blocking the streets. And then the stupid Armenians who put the tricolor flag all over their cars and start parading with their cars to show off whose car is better than the others. It's so ironic that, does that benefit the Armenian cause? Does that benefit us being աշխարհի ամենախելացի ժողովուրդը, երբ մենք մշակույթ ունեինք, աշխարհը պամը չուներ. You know, we always have this saying that when we had culture, the planet did not have culture on it. Today, even the smallest race on this planet, the newest culture on this planet, has more to offer than what Armenians with their demonstrations are offering to the general public. So probably, now that we know about the Eshek hashtag, I'm sure this April 24th, we're going to see lots of hashtag April 24. Please, let's start with that movement. Because look, we did hashtag save Kisap and look what happened. Everybody's talking about it. So let's do hashtag April 24th. It's for the Armenian cause. And everybody in the world will know about it. Except people who don't look for hashtag April 24th. So it's ironic that we have the means, but we don't know how to use it. What is the advantage of hashtag save Kisap? Still Kisap is in the rebel hands, or now Aleppo is being bombarded and one Armenian has been killed in Aleppo. And that's ironic. 100 years ago, our grandparents, as orphans, arrived to Aleppo, and the Syrian people took care of them. Today, one Armenian dies in Aleppo, and thousands of non-Armenians die in Aleppo. This Christian race of Armenians, who are the beloved people of everybody, they're the smartest of all the media talks about, the Armenian media talks about, is about that one young kid, a soldier, who was killed. How about the remaining of all those soldiers? How about the remaining of the civilians? We don't care, they're not Armenians. And then we expect the whole world to recognize our Armenian genocide 100 years ago. We're coming to the centennial. After the commercial break, I'll continue with my Bari Luys.
Հաճելի լրացում ձեր ճաշասեղանի համար։ Գարունը ներկայացնում է բարձրորակ բուլղարական ֆետա պանիրը, պատրաստված թարմ եւ անարատ ոչխարի կաթից։ Բնական եւ նրբատեսակ սերուցքի համը մշտապես կմնա ձեր ընտանիքի ճաշացանկում։ Գարուն բուլղարական ֆետա պանիր, գարնանային շունչը ձեր սեղանին։ Գարուն համեղության անուն։
Բովարդիա բանկետ հալ, շքեղ վերակառուցված խնջույքների սրահ 250 հոգու համար, ընդարձակ պարհրապարակ, գուններ լուսավորում, համեղ ճաշեր, ընտիր խմիչքներ և ժամանցի սենյակ երեխաների համար, գրանցեք ձեր հաջորդ առիթը այս սրահում։ Բովարդիա
LABK Services հաստատությունը առաջարկում է սննկացման, bankruptcy-ի հայտարարագրման ծառայություններ։ Դիմումների ամբողջական լրացում 1 ցածր արժեքով։ $399 գումարած արձանագրության պետական վճարումը։ Bankruptcy-ի դիմելու դյուրին ընթացք, ժամանակի ու դրամի խնայողություն։ Մենք երաշխավորում ենք սննկացման գործընթացի գաղտնապահությունը։ Bankruptcy-ի հետ կապված բոլոր հարցերով դիմեք LABK Services գրասենյակ։
Now I'm sure you guys are going to misunderstand me just because I am pinpointing issues that have no end results. They're just ongoing, the same circle happening again. Next year on the 100th anniversary, it's going to be a much bigger demonstration. So what can we do? Well, first, my suggestion is for every Armenian, before participating at those demonstrations, to educate themselves about their existence on the planet today. Today, not what my grandfather has done. Today, you, what have you done? And today, the opportunity that we have a republic called Armenia and embrace that happy moment that for almost this 100 years and before that 600 years, we haven't had a republic for almost 23 years right now. The first republic was for 2 years, and then came the second republic under the Soviet Union, and now we have an independent republic. The Soviet Union was 70 years, but nobody could do anything except what the Soviets wanted. Today, we have a 22-year-old or 23-year-old, 1991, 23-year-old, a republic that's controlled by stupid Armenians. Why? Because politics is stupidity, and if you are in Lebanon, in Syria, in Yerevan, or in Zimbabwe, if you are in power, you're going to abuse that power. So there is no difference between the Armenian leader or the leader in Zimbabwe. They have a power they're going to utilize because they know they have 4 to 8 years to milk the country, make their money, and disappear. Because they want to have what God has not given them, the money. So, including that issue, we have a republic. And what we do, we still bash that republic too. But it is right because it's political bashing. But when I bash Armenians for their stupidity, people tell me, you have no right to do that. We are the smartest of all. So realize this thing. My grandfather was from Marash. My other grandfather was from Urfa. They both were kicked out of their homes. Today I am in Glendale, California. Glendale, California, with its 200,000 population, almost over 100 population are of Armenian descent. So we lost Marash and Urfa from my family side, but I gained Glendale. But the total population of the 100,000 Armenians living in Glendale, they don't look at it that Glendale is theirs. So if you live in North Hollywood, or if you live in Zimbabwe, now you lost Aintab, Adana, Kilis, all those things that you cannot go back because you don't have the power to go back. You don't have the petroleum interest that you can go back. You don't have the military ability to go back. And then the most important thing, you don't want to go back because your life is much better here than going back to Marash and Urfa. But don't say that to anybody. I'm sure right now somebody is calling right now and saying, I'm a traitor to the cause. Or somebody's going to say, I'm gay because I have nice goatee or this look. Yesterday, a stupid guy said that thing. So what? I am who I am. I have brain. I live in the 21st century. And there has been so many genocides. But we as a race, especially I, have overcome that victim mentality. And I'm telling to the whole world, me as an Armenian, I am the victorious one after the genocide. Now, as I said, we don't have the military power, we don't have the petroleum interest, we don't have anything else to be able to go and grab that land. We always recite Chrimian Haidik, but never analyze what he has said. But we know, Yergate Sherep. What does Yergate Sherep mean? Dig into it, find out. So, now that I am in Glendale and you are in Barcelona and you are in Paris and you are in Lebanon, some of you are in Syria, even you guys have war right now, so we're not going to include you. But then when the war starts in Lebanon, you guys are going to be in a better situation. Then we won't include the Lebanese Armenian community, we'll include you. Or the Argentinian Armenian communities. Have you guys realized how the World Wide Web is what the Armenian identity is? We are all over the world, yet we don't know how to utilize it. But other people have made their connections and are controlling the planet. So before you go to the April 24th demonstration, see what can you do to control the planet. Oh, Menchenker Naranel. We can't do that. Why? Because we're Christians. And God said, you'll be in control of heaven when you die and you come to me. What's a stupid idea? What you have in front of you is your life. You're ignoring it because when you die, you're going to have a better life in heaven. By the way, heaven is Armenia. Yeah. And everybody in heaven, they speak Armenian. but they don't speak the Armenian that we speak today. They speak the Karapar that had no foreign words in it. Today, concret, intonația, adaptația, those are the purest of all Armenian words coming from the Republic of Armenia. The most intelligent Armenians on the planet, yet they're the most destroyers of what Armenians are and the Armenian culture is. So, 100 years ago, a genocide by Turks did not eliminate Armenians because you and I are in existence. Today, cultural side by Armenians in Armenia and in diaspora will eliminate this race in the next 25 years, or 50, or 100. But it will eliminate if we don't stand up. Instead of Baykar minçev vesh to the Turkish government, let's Baykar to our culture. Bari Luys.
Աբուշի մեկը պիտի լաս, եթե չհասկնաս, որ Ամերիկայի Միացյալ Նահանգները հայկական է։ Bari Luys.